how to make a picture of the week. First, I go up to the shapes and pick my shapes to make for their names or for words, whatever you want to put in the box. So I make one that's about roughly the size that I want it to be, and then I'll duplicate it. You can duplicate by going up to the menu and cloning, or you can just hit Command D as many times for as many boxes as you want. You don't have to have one for every kid, but you can decide how you want that to go in your own room. I usually have about 5 or 6 on a row, so 12 total. But this looks like it'll be about 4, and that's okay for instructional purposes right now. So, get these all lined up where you want them to be. And one more. Okay. Now I would like all these to be a color. So I'm going to highlight them all just by running my mouse over it, selecting them all. And I go up to this icon here, and you can see it's on the side menu right here too. You can go to either place, it doesn't matter. And I want a solid fill, and I'm going to fill these green for St. Patrick's Day. And then I'm going to write some words that I would like the kids to know. So, oops. Lug, curious, envious, glimpse, depressed, beaming, excited, resist. So these are all words, remember, that they found in books, that my students found in books, or that they might have heard that I read to them. You can use whatever you want. You can use sight words, you could use math facts, however you wanted to do it. You could do this particular activity for many different things. So I'm just centering the words now in the cards. And now I want to group the words with the cards, because as you can see, the words are separate from the card, and I want them to be one moving piece. So there's 2 ways to do this. One way is to highlight first the word, and then the card. That wasn't cooperating, so I did the card first. Then you go to the arrow, drop down arrow, and group them together. And now you can see this moves as one piece. You can also, sometimes when you try to group just 2 things, it'll group more. See how this is also grouped with these 3? If I select group right now, all 3 of them will move together, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to get out of there by just clicking away from it, and now I'm just going to select those 2. So I know it's just the 2 of them. And group that. And a shortcut to group is just hit Command G. And that's how you can group a little faster. See, that top one grouped with it. I don't want that with it, so I'm going to just highlight the 2, Command G. Okay. Now, I keep my picture that I want on the desktop. Then I'm going to drag in. So I'll drag that in, and you can find pictures just by Googling an image, whatever, if you know what you want. You can also Google the week in pictures, and Time and National Geographic usually have some good ones. So I try to stretch it out so it covers at least a little bit of all the cards. Now, it's good to find a picture that's not as small as the one I had, because then, as you can see, it's kind of getting distorted, and that's not a good thing. So right now this picture is in front of the cards. I want it behind the cards. So I go to Order, and I'm going to send it to the back. And while it's still highlighted, I'm going to lock it in place. Alright, I'm going to make another shape to go up here in that blank white spot to cover the blurb I'm going to write about this picture. So here's my shape. And I would like this to also be a color. So I'll make this a little bit nicer of a green. And then I'll move it out of the way and I'm going to write a little blurb about this picture. So this is a puffer fish. Puffer fish, I don't know if it's one word or two. I will make it one. Okay, this fish puffs up to scare away predators. You could make up your own blurb about the picture, or depending on where you get it, you could probably find out some information about whatever the picture is so you can write something true about it. Now I'm going to cover this back up, and just like before with the picture in the front, these words are in the front. So I want to order, and I want to bring this card to the front. So there you go. And then I'm going to just move that out of the way quickly. And I'm also going to lock in my words so that those don't move. And then cover this back up. Okay, now I want, when the kids click on this, I want it to do something. So I can, if I want all of these icons to the same thing, I can highlight the whole thing, all of these cards, and the picture and the words will not be highlighted because they're locked. I go to Object Animation, and the animation I want it to do is to fade out when the object is clicked, so I don't have to change any of that stuff. And now this is ready for the picture of the week. So a child says, oh, a glimpse means to just get a little look at something. And you say, correct. They click it, and there you go. And that's how you create the template for the picture of the week.